Good morning, dear students of class 12 HSC in Rajshahi College and other colleges who are viewing this session. In the series of online live classes of Rajshahi College, you have learned different grammatical aspects and their uses. Today, I will discuss different rules of pronoun references. Though the topic has already been discussed in this class earlier, today I will make a revision so that you can knock at your memory lane and get a better conception and a more clear idea how to identify the proper pronoun references in the given passage in your question paper. Well, you know, in the question paper you will have a passage with a number of nouns and pronouns with error in their use, and in the examination you will be asked to clear those errors, to clean up those errors and write the correct pronoun, use the correct pronoun in the specified place. This is at the same time a hard and an easy task. If you can identify the origin of the pronoun, you can easily write the appropriate pronoun where necessary. Therefore, you need to know what is the function of a pronoun and how a pronoun is used. Well, what is a pronoun? You see, a pronoun is used to alternate nouns to avoid the noun's repetition. For example, Shihab came here when Shihab's father came. This is not a hard task. You are aware that you can replace the noun Shihab with the pronoun his. And this is the proper use. Shihab's is a wrong use. His is the appropriate use of the word, appropriate use of the pronoun. Sometimes in a passage with the sentences, with the complex and compound sentences, it becomes puzzling to identify the pronouns clearly. Therefore, always remember that using a pronoun appropriately means identifying the noun properly. And another thing you need to remember that while using a pronoun the nouns number, that is singular or plural, and case, whereas it is in the subject form or in the object form or in the possessive form, that is called case. Number and case must be followed. These are the three basic concepts of using, finding and using appropriate pronouns in the passages as the objective of the course design is made. Now, I will write a passage where there will be pronouns used inappropriately, and from that use of the inappropriate pronouns, you have to determine the appropriate form of the pronouns and use them as the reference of some nouns. So, pronoun references means using a pronoun appropriately to refer or identify a noun. The complexity happens mostly in the use of the nouns in the third person, and sometimes students make errors in determining the appropriate pronoun or using those pronouns properly. I am going for a few exemplary passages to use their appropriate forms. Start our journey. Now let us look at the passage. We have a number of pronouns in this passage. The day seemed hot, though there was a possibility of rain. It seemed to trouble us. It is the first pronoun. We hesitated whether we should start our journey. That is another pronoun that was not very pleasant. At last, one of our friends proposed that we should get rid of this. This is another pronoun used in this passage that helped us to make it possible. Just read the passage yourself and you will find that the pronouns used in the passage create a complexity when you try to identify them with the noun used before it. Sometimes it happens that a noun is used in two different sentences or clauses. I am giving that sort of example afterwards. Here we have a clear complexity identifying the pronouns it, that, or this with a noun used in different places of the passage. What does this it means? We have two nouns or noun phrases in the previous sentence, the day and a possibility of rain. The pronoun it must refer to either of the noun or noun phrases in the previous sentence. The day or a possibility of rain. Whether the day seemed troubling us or whether the day troubled us or the possibility of the rain troubled us. Which one? And now it means the day or a possibility of rain. Which one you think? If you read it carefully, if you read the previous sentence carefully, the day seemed that though the day seemed hot, though there was a possibility of rain, it seemed to trouble us. If you read the next sentence, we hesitated whether we should start our journey. So, there was a sort of hesitation, there was a sense of hesitation to make a decision to do something. Why they are hesitating? They are hesitating when you think, you get the idea, you get the message that the speaker and his companions are hesitating because of the possibility of rain. So, you need to replace the pronoun it with the noun phrase used in the previous sentence, the possibility of possibility of rain. And if you write the sentence in this way, the possibility of rain seemed to trouble us. This is the appropriate use of the pronoun reference. All pronouns are a reference of a particular noun. Here or sometimes a pronoun may refer to a noun phrase like this one, the possibility of rain, as I have shown in the previous line. It refers to the possibility of rain. If you do not use the noun or noun phrase itself, the reference of pronoun it is unclear. Your task in the examination paper is to identify the pronoun reference yourself and express it in your answer appropriately. You have to determine what should be the it should refer, or what should be the reference of reference made by it, and then use the appropriate noun or noun phrase in lieu of the pronoun referred. Otherwise, the sentence will not make the appropriate sense, and that is why we need to use a pronoun with a clear reference of a noun. And now we are going to identify the reference of the next pronoun, that. That was not very pleasant. What was not very pleasant is not made clear by the pronoun that. So, we have to find the noun reference of this pronoun that. We have a noun phrase in the previous sentence, our journey. We hesitated whether we should start our journey. There are two other nouns or pronouns, but of course that does not refer we. And at the same time, if we write our journey was not very pleasant, very pleasant, that will not make the same sense, because the journey was yet to start. And why was the journey not start? Because there was a possibility of rain. So what did they do? They hesitated. The speaker and his companions hesitated. This hesitated function as the reference of this that. But it is not made clear in the statement or in the sentence. To make the idea or the statement clear, we have to use the noun of the verb hesitated. The hesitation. And now you get the clear idea of this sentence. The hesitations, it is used as the reference, that is used as the reference of the noun hesitation. Reference by, reference not by, reference of that. So if you write the hesitation in lieu of that as the reference of the pronoun, you get the sentence like this one. The hesitation was not very pleasant, and the meaning or the sense of the sentence is clear. And finally, we have another pronoun that helped us to make it possible. That helped us to make it possible. What does this that mean? That helped us, or that helped us to make it possible. Well, we have another pronoun, it. That helped us. What do you mean by the pronoun that? Let us examine the previous sentences. At last, one of our friends proposed that we should get rid of this. So, that helped us. We get the idea very easily that when the friend proposed us, we came to a resolution, and that is why this that means the proposal. If you use the noun form of the verb proposal, that means the proposal of who gave it. That is the proposal of one of our friends. We need not write this phrase, one of our friends. Simply, if we write the proposal, that will mean the proposal of our friend. The proposal helped us to make it possible, to make now what does it? To make it. Which noun is referred by this pronoun it? In the previous sentences, we have the impersonal nouns such as that helped us know, pleasant, no. At last, our friend proposal is not suitable or appropriate, and then we get our journey. If we use this phrase in lieu of it, we will have the clear pronoun reference of the noun, our journey, and in lieu of it we can use our journey. So, we will alternate this phrase to make it possible, in this way, to make our journey possible. Full stop. To make our journey possible. And thus, you have to first recognize the pronouns used in the passage, pronouns existing in the passage, and then you need to determine whether the pronouns are used with a clear sense or it has a complex presentation in that sentence. If there is a complexity to identify its reference noun, you must look for the appropriate noun and then write that noun, use that noun in lieu of or to alternate that pronoun. Sometimes it happens that there are more than one nouns in a clause or sentence, and in the next clause or sentence, there is a pronoun that identifies either of the two nouns either of the two nouns in the previous sentence. You have to make it clear which of the nouns used in the previous sentence is referred by the pronoun in the next sentence. For example, I am writing another passage on the board. The students were Well, now look at the sentence I have written here. The students are waiting for the teachers in the ground. All on a sudden, they felt it embarrassing So they did not turn up and they left the place, but before leaving the place, they saw some papers. They saw some papers on the bench and they started reading them. Here we have the complexity of identifying the pronoun they, as they has been used in several occasions, and they may refer to either the students or so either the students or the teachers. So we have to identify the noun referred by the pronoun they in different occasions, and make the idea of this day clear to the readers. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Each of these days or every day will refer to either the students or the teachers. In the examination script, in your answer script, you start rewriting the passage in this way. The students were waiting. We have another pronoun them at the end of the passage. The students are waiting for the teachers. There is no complexity of any pronoun in the first sentence. We have a pronouns in the next one, in the ground. All on a sudden, we have a pronoun it. All on a sudden, they felt it embarrassing. Who felt it embarrassing? The teachers or the students? What do you think? Look at the next sentence. So they did not turn up. You see, the students are waiting for the teacher. Therefore, the verb turn up refers to not the students. The verb turn up refers to the teachers. Therefore, all of a sudden they felt it embarrassing. In lieu of this day, number 1, the teachers felt it embarrassing. We will not change it, as we do not get a suitable noun in the previous sentence to replace it. Embarrassing. All on a sudden the teachers felt it embarrassing. So after the teachers we have no other noun. Therefore, if we use or they again in this sentence, we do not have any problem making its idea clear. So this means the teachers did not turn up and they left the place. We have the third day. This third day refers to the students because the teachers did not turn up or move, but the students left the place. The students moved. So leaving the place is done by the students. Therefore, in lieu of the third day, we will write and the students left the place. But before leaving the place, I think this fourth day does not make any complexity identifying its reference noun. So, but before leaving the place, they saw some papers on the bench and this day is not very unclear, rather it is clear that who got those papers, who saw some papers, they started reading them. Saw some papers on the bench and they, if you write that, this day will refer to the noun, the students, and they started reading. Well, this them, in a very innocent eye, you may think that them has been used properly, but you see, them is the plural form of him or her, as they is the plural of he or she. Actually, them is the him or his is him or her is the object case, and they, he or she are the subject case. Well, if you write then or they as the plural of his or her, what is the plural of it or this or those? The plural of it or this, or that. What is the plural form of it, this or that? We write usually those or these or those. In fact, them can be used as the plural of him or her only, as they can be used as the plural form of he or she only. But the plural form of it or this is these, and the plural form of that is those. So, what did the students started reading? The students reading some papers. Some papers means those papers they got on the bench. Therefore, you should not write them. The use of them in this content is wrong. You need to write the starting reading those, not this them. Those means those papers. This is the right use of the pronoun, plural pronoun of that. They started reading them. Them here means those papers. Concisely, the pronoun those. Therefore, be aware that sometimes you may have such types of unusual use of the singular or plural form of pronouns. So, when you get this one, never identify them with the plural of any third person object form. Third person personal object form. For third person non-personal or impersonal. For third person impersonal object form in the plural number, always use the pronoun those. I repeat, for the third person impersonal plural pronoun, always always write those, and you can use them only for third person plural personal pronouns. And thus I conclude this class today. I think you have got a more clear idea how to identify and write the appropriate pronouns in the given passage. Dear students, as we thought, the pandemic of COVID-19 might come to an end within a short time, but in Bangladesh it has been spreading for the last 5, almost 6 months, and we don't know when it will come to an end. But we cannot stop our duties, we cannot stop our life, we have to sustain, we have to continue our duties, and the duty of a student is to study. To help in your studies, Rajshahi College and the other colleges in Bangladesh have arranged such online classes so that the students can get the ideas how to go forward with their studies. Only the support and cooperation, that is the efforts of the students, may such an effort of the college authorities may make the effort of the college authorities successful. Therefore, lest it should not happen that we are taking classes, online classes for you, but you are neglecting them, or you are not aware of the importance of these classes. Therefore, try to follow the classes regularly as per the routine previously provided by the college authority, and if only then these classes will get a success when you will follow them regularly. I invite you to follow the next classes taken by the teachers of Rajshahi College, and I think each and every student will be benefited from these classes in one way or the other. So I hope you stay well, you stay safe, and you continue your studies in home. Thank you all. Thank you for today. See you in the next class. Khuda Hafiz.